aware and looking for opportunities, not shying away at all. Does want to find any other solos looking like him who he can capitalize on.
You can see instead of just straight kinetic blading, he's trying to keep his position relatively unknown. Zara and Zangi, they're still holding on to the high ground. It doesn't matter how many times things get chopped away from them. Vidil as well. We talked about him being a solo, losing Savage very, very early on in terms of these cascading placement points. So this game is huge in terms of the next 6 that they're going to play overall. Kylie gets lost backside of zone. Another player in Vico going to have to do it as a solo.
Vico hoping Kylie was able to drop all those heals to him so he can continue to play this one out. Things are looking so good for Zangi and Zara though, all the way up there. Nobody really posing a threat to them. They can just start to count their heals, figure out how long they can last in this game before one of them drops down to fight. Howley and now Tenzi down below, running low on pizzas, but they're going to continue to top out, and there will be players here to capitalize on them right down beneath that layer, just having to break their way through builds that aren't theirs so they can form new land. Apex Mappy now, all the way in the back of the zone. He's going to have to start healing.
Yep, you see those splashes going off. He doesn't have time to pop the slurp juice. Almost threading the needle there, but pushes out the slap juice again. He's trying to battle against Vico, who takes him down. There's a huge amount of heals from Vico to claim as his own. It's going to close overall, and this is where the heal off is going to begin. Zangi drops down low. He's going to be the fragger, but doesn't even make it close to anybody.
Doesn't take anybody down along the way, and so the heal offs begin up above. Will Zara have enough? Didn't really take any storm ticks. Gonna be looking to try find anyone. If he gets that, he gets a refresh for it as well. Things are looking good for Zara. As long as he didn't take earlier damage, he won't have to worry about storm sickness. Vico will try his best, but his best won't be enough here unless he can find Chugs. No, he cannot. Voxy, gonna start to run low, but does still have quite a lot of heals actually. Pizza does have the slurp popped as well, and the chug splashes, and I'm not sure what Zara has left. Does he have anything in the zone? If not, it might be a clean sweep for Voxy. As long as storm sickness doesn't play a factor, things are looking very good for him here in this game.
It's all up to this moment. A few seconds, that's all Zara has, but he's gonna get himself a couple of more, but storm sickness finally does him in. Vox takes the game with more than enough pizza to spare. Holding on, ultimate height. Mr. Savage of Vidil close by. You gotta be careful because they don't have that sky base. They don't have that ramp, ultimate in the sky. So a threat for the kinetic blade could be looming around every corner. As Irazumi and Sinet get another one taking down Kyrie, going towards that ultimate low ground, which is a must because they now have very little builds, if any.
Sei and Camilo doing just as we've seen them do in many, many different seasons, many different chapters. Tarping towards that front side of the zone. Being safe, being secure. Savage needs to be careful, needs to catch his bearings just a bit because the materials are low and a refresh will have to be found imminently if he has any hope of staying alive in this game.
Malbuka's been doing this around the top 20. 10 duos went down and he's struggling to pop that slurp juice, which kind of forces out the splashes just a little bit earlier than he'd hoped. Using almost all of them. Queasy Veno, though, sitting pretty towards the high ground. They're going to try to connect blade up, stagger themselves, put themselves in a better spot. While that's going down, Malbuka's using this as an opportunity to land some cheeky damage, but he now has to stay with the zone. He's out of heals, and elimination is a must. A siphon is needed.
And Veno and Queasy, they're being forced to take him with far more ticks than they would have wanted to. He's been such a nuisance to Height, and he takes down Veno along the way. Malabuka causing problems for the Height team. It's Mr. Savage that gets revenge for them, but the damage has already been done. Queasy had to go in for heal off rather early, and he's going to be up against Seti and Cammy, and Sinner is still in this one as well. A repeat of what we've seen many a time before, but I don't think Seti and Cammy have enough steam, have enough gas. The difference is though, Queasy, this is where they land. They land that Kinjutsu. He knew the med miss was there. He can go right back to it and use it for heal off, but Cammy has his own med miss. He has enough time to stay in the game as well. Who will outlast who? Queasy's med miss is coming to an end. Is there any other loot that he can remember being here at Kinjutsu? It doesn't quite seem like it, so it looks like Cammy will walk away with it. A repeat of battles between those two teams, and another time where Cammy and Seti come out on top.
Out of the sky, Paco just has a sliver of HP, and looking a little bit more safe, but both of them, that slurp juice is being popped out a ton earlier than they would have hoped. 11th zone, one more to go. Crazy's going up, down, left, right, and center before he finds his spot. He has a Mythic Havoc pump, so anybody dares enter his box, better watch out because he has one-shot potential.
Crazy moving forward. Hen still alive and still hitting big shots. That's his 7th of the game, and a med miss found as well. It might not be enough to compete with the heal-off gods in this lobby, but it will be enough to keep him in this game as other players start to fall. Savage and Vidil, they've spotted someone in the zone they want to take out, but they may have to be careful for the players in the storm, in the zone, in the layers above them, pushing their way through. Vidil takes down Hen, and they're going to keep on looking for a limbs now.
That was a huge find at the perfect moment. Trying to get a little bit of a refresh, but Crazy has nothing. Shambles, no maps, but a chance to get the one pump, and he does! Crazy takes out one, trying to turn and burn, but his run comes to an end. But Skydu's trying to take the high ground, and he goes down! 8 splashes and a pizza!
He needs Shakos to find his loot. We saw them win a game last week, but it won't quite happen here. Put to a stop, put to an end. Swizzy and Shamoki not on height anymore, but still trying to find a win here. Vidil tried to connect, bait his way into the zone, and now not taking any ticks. He doesn't have the healer potential though. He needs a miracle shot, and now it's not gonna come for him. He will fall, and so not many players left alive. Blatcher does have pizzas, he does have a slurp, and he has a chance to win this heal off. It's Shamoki though in this game, and all these heals he saved up above here on height. Will there be enough to fend off Blatcher in this 1v1?
Looking like it is going to close out just like we do. The last bit of pizza is being scavenged up by Blatcher. Another slurp juice is going to be finished off. Shamoki doing the same thing, mirroring each other here, but with only 2 slices of pizza left, it could be Shamoki's for the taking.
Shamoki has the upper hand. But will he have the Storm Sickness advantage? Blatcher's running out. He doesn't have anything left in the tank. And so Shamoki will do what they did last weekend, where they won 3 games, starting here, picking up 1. But they certainly still are a major player in this game to win it all. The range from this team, if they would be able to do that, falling into someone's box, it's not his, but it's still alive! Why? How? Swizzy, he shouldn't be alive. He should have survived that spot. And his duo partner doesn't even do anything about it. It's for Strokey, he takes down. Hydra just has to watch from afar. And he's going to try and get revenge. But Swizzy, so composed, so elegant, so on top of everybody in this lobby right now, and he'll just keep moving. He'll regroup with Shamoki, making it look easy.
Reunited at last, and a lot of those heals, you see him pass him over as well. They have the best chance to take this. Maybe Queasy, Bino towards the high ground, Cammy and Seti fight through the madness to the low ground. They have the heals. If they can survive, Tyro's getting under pressure. He's going to be able to escape, but he gets tagged out by the zone at the tail end. That's going to be a knock and a huge refresh to keep Cammy alive.
Cammy and Seti claiming space on low ground, looking for a limbs as well. That is vintage from them. Swizzy, he's lost Shamoki, but we know what this man can do all alone. Zangi may be in for quite the ride. If he is not careful, the ODM gear will come out way into the end game to try pick that limb up, but it's not going to connect. Has to use the kinetic bait to get back in now.
For him, it's all about placement before he goes down altogether. Cammy, they have the leaders of the low ground, they have pizza, they have splashes, they have Menmis, a recipe for success as Cade finds one slipping, but third parties from so other angles. Down goes Veno, and their run comes to an end. Cade's as well, he runs out of heals. This has come down to 2 teams, Cammy being one of them. Look at the heals, 2 different pizzas. This is a recipe for success as long as he doesn't go down to Storm Sickness.
And a repeat. Once again, Cammy versus Queasy in the final moments, both trying to out-heal each other. Who is going to have enough in the tank to survive? Both players having pizzas, but Cammy had 2. And so it very much looks prosperous, favorable. A med miss as well from Cammy. How's he managed to find so much? This is way too many heals. This is enough heals for half the teams in the lobby, but he has it all to himself. And so Queasy now on the search, on the hunt. A med kit's found. I don't know if you have a med miss as well, but he's going to keep looking. We'll have enough time to use the med kit as well because of that slurp. And Storm Sickness is coming in for Cammy. He can't out-heal. It doesn't matter how many pizzas you have. Queasy will survive. Storm Sickness putting an end to the Polish player's run. And so Queasy will win the rematch in the 1v1 healer.
Juices and a couple extra slices left over for lunch.
Vidil's just going to drop his AR, and that's the right decision, totally. Needs to hold on to as many heals as possible. They really have a chance to play for heal off now, but they need to stay alive. And in the back of the zone, they need to be careful. There's so many different players here fighting, tumbling, fumbling, falling. Seti and Cammy are still alive in this one, and they have got plenty of heals for themselves, but they get taken down. It's Seti who falls. Cammy comes up clutch, and he's going to go for the revive. No, it's not worth it. You just have to play for yourself, play for your life. Seti will drop you the heals. Bino and Queasy are going to still keep fragging out. They're not playing on height. They might not have the heal of potential, but like I said, the incentive is to drop down and frag out, and that's what they'll do here.
This is going to be a big moment as everybody took some damage very, very early on. Veno, Vedil, they took damage. You got to think the high ground probably sitting pretty, able to escape a lot of that storm. Is perceived crazy, causing some chaos down low. But Cammy is still slivering his way in throughout and past all of these duos to try to claim a top 5 position here in our 5th game of the day. As everybody's just squeaking, scrambling through. A huge shot onto Veno. He's trying to survive, and he goes down.
Queasy and Veno fought, but it's fine. They weren't huge players in the heal-off anyway. Took way too much storm damage earlier. It just remains the rest of the lobby who has a chance to do it. Perceive for Darky does have a chance up above using pizzas, using the slurps. Camilo all alone. We saw him trying to pick up Say. It wasn't worth it. There was a couple ticks that he took there, but another opportunity for Cammy to try and win a heal-off out. Vidil's still in this one again. We saw him find that pizza. Will it be the defining factor? Cammy trying his best. His best won't be enough. 3rd place still an accomplishment. Darky versus Vidil in a 1v1.
Pizza and Splashes versus Pizza and Splashes is coming down to who took the least amount of damage. The Storm Sickness. Vidil, he's run out. He only has 6 pieces of pizza left versus 5 and a splash on the other side. Storm Sickness around this corner. This is going to come down to the wire. He's getting chunked out. Vidil, Storm Sickness is sitting in, and he cannot last. Darky takes the game for him and Trey.
Too many ticks to the Storm earlier on, and it will cost you. You cannot heal off against Darky in that situation. Don't want to make this game count. We know they haven't had many opportunities, and they have one of the best loadouts you can possibly have in all of Fortnite right now. Mixin and Blackshot gonna try and make this game worth their while as well. They came into this game in about 7th place, and they're looking to rise up in the standings, take over the spots of all those players that fell above them, and there is quite a couple. There is the opportunity there. Vidil and Mr. Savage isn't one of those teams, though. They've stayed alive for long, even under their circumstances. With their low HP, with their low materials, they're still making things work.
They even find a men miss throughout all the chaos to try to get themselves back up to shape. It was Chicho, just like you said. The multiple slurp juices that were left back there, they're going to be able to gather them because Zone's going to pull back. Mixin went down. Now it's up to Blancho, who has 2 different slurp juices, has chug splashes. Definitely has the key to success here if he's able to hold on.
Has to stay alive, though. Apex Mappy in this game, no bills remaining. Is going to have to make some sort of a desperate play. We see just taking a shot at that wall, wants to get in, but the player is going to block the pathway. He is really struggling to find anything, but then catches the eyes of a duo. But it's not a duo who'll be able to completely take out. Malabuka gets finished now. And so Veno, with the job of dropping down and causing havoc for everybody in this game.
You can see if he's going to be the one dropping down here, just like he does every other time, that pulse rifle is not what you want to put in his inventory. Queasy, a mountain in the sky. He's doing it big. A Savage goes down. Vidil's run come to an end, but at least they got into the top 8. Hydro trying to do the same. A missed shot onto Trulex. He goes down. He's trying to stay alive. 7 floppers, 5 splashes, going to the backside of zone for only one reason, his attempt to win the heal off.
And with just how difficult this zone pull was for the rest of the lobby, you've got to think, who is it that can contest with him? Nobody. Nobody stands a chance against Queasy with all those heals in his inventory. It was such a difficult zone for the rest of the lobby to play.
30